Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to bring you a little topic for today. We're talking about the gap versus the gain. So I had a opportunity to listen to a audiobook this last week entitled "Personality Isn't Permanent" by Benjamin Hardy, and he talked about how we tend to focus on the gap more than the gain. So let me explain that real quick. So living the gap is when you focus on what is missing. You only focus on what wasn't as opposed to what is. Um, you might have made progress on your goals, but you only focus on what you didn't accomplish as opposed to what you did accomplish. You also might have kids. Uh, and those kids, you only focus on what they did wrong as opposed to what they've done right. You focus on the shortcomings of them as opposed to all the positives. Um, so living the gap is what we tend to focus more or less of like, well, I got, I can only do 10 reps instead of 12 reps, so we ho hum about the 2 reps we didn't get as opposed to focusing on the 10, which comes to the gain, is where you measure where you firmly were. And the purpose is to gain momentum and increases your morale. When you focus on the gain, you see the world subjectively and not objectively. You create a sense of winning, and it boosts your morale and confidence, keep you inspired for bigger and better goals. So when we measure ourselves against our ideal, where the gap, we're in the gap. However, when we measure ourselves against our previous selves, the person we were when we set our goals and ideals, you will be in the gain. And in the gain, we come make things more clearly, see progress we've made, and therefore will experience happiness that we deserve. So maybe you found yourself in the gap, and you want to make the gain. So I think it's more or less of, let's just try to focus on the positives as opposed to all the negatives, and we'll be more successful, and we'll be able to give ourselves a little bit more of the outcomes we deserve as opposed to focusing on the negatives, which would be the gap. So take a chance, live more in the gain than the gap, and you'll be more successful and find your life more rewarding with that. But if you found this helpful, guys, give us a shout, 615-819-5186, PremierPerformanceTrainer.com. We'd be more happy to talk to you more about how we can help you with your health and fitness goals in 2021 and help you be successful. So take care. See you next time.